I love working in the North East because it's a tiny village, everybody knows each other here, and there's so much variety in terms of the opportunities. There's a lot of big employers in the North East, kind of big, well-known household name brands, but there's also tons and tons of like smaller businesses.
I actually came back to Newcastle, which is where I'm originally from, to do my placement. After doing some research, I found there's actually a lot of opportunities here in the digital and technology sector. I wanted to try and break into like web development and that sort of area. Thought Enigma was a great fit.
For anyone who's kind of looking to get into the sector, some advice I'd give is just put yourself out there. If you've got a computer, you can write some code. The number of opportunities, the amount of experience you can get up here, all that stuff is just phenomenal. But I think the takeaway is just being around like-minded people every day and just being able to bounce off each other.
Opencast has always been based here in Byker in Newcastle, and it's one of the places that we want to try and grow in terms of, making the North East the UK's tech sector capital of the world.
So really just to get work experience, just ask around. It's a thriving sector, the technology sector in the North East. There's plenty of places. I was able to do a couple of weeks work experience with Opencast, and they offered me a job off the back of it, which was great.
They took me under their wing, they filled all the gaps, and I'm still here 4 years later.
I think if you go back historically 5-10 years, there was that view that you had to go down to London or Manchester to kind of get these levels of experience that you can do. Now, that's absolutely not the case. And Newcastle is becoming that tech centre of the UK.
There are many routes in to start with. Apprenticeship is a great one. You can have a degree, you don't need a degree. The very first apprentice we took on was actually age 16. It takes you a little bit of time, but you can be a fully qualified accountant by the time you're 22. You don't need a degree and you don't need A-levels. A degree will give you that little bit of more maturity, maybe that little bit more background before you go into a job. But again, there's so many different routes.
I really wouldn't let where you come from sort of define you. Your career path is whatever you make of it. And yeah, there's plenty of opportunities out there. I know that from experience. You basically just got to go for it.
Just because you're a girl, you're not going to be limited in, the finance world. Like, everything's changing so much. There's so many opportunities. There's a lot of, equal opportunities out there for you.
Say if you are a girl or a woman looking to get into tech, just do it. Especially if it's coding, have a goal. There's so many online resources where you can literally just have a goal and you can just get a feel for it.
Do what you love. So get stuck into the things that you really enjoy and that you can be passionate about, because you will do so much better in those things than things you feel forced into.
The opportunities to develop your skills and your knowledge within the company as well as externally to the company on courses such as electrical HNDs, mechanical HNDs, and even having support through degree level learning is fantastic here. The North East is a beautiful place to live, and it's also really up and coming within the STEM industry.
As a company, Kinewl Energy is growing incredibly fast. We develop software that's very clever, artificial intelligence-based software that designs the cable layouts for offshore wind farms. There is a huge need to decarbonise the world, and we've got 10 years left to do it. We need as many people as possible to be working on this challenge. It is an emergency, and we need to be doing it.